style, just a bridge. I done burnt them all with a freestyle.
It's week 1 of the NFL, and we've got a showdown in the Sunshine State. It's the Jaguars and the Buccaneers. All that and more coming up next.
Now we're about 5 miles northwest of downtown Tampa at beautiful Raymond James Stadium near Florida's Gulf Coast. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. With my good friend Charles Davis in the booth, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and the moment has finally arrived, CD. It's time to begin a new NFL season.
Partner, there's no hiding my excitement as I got ready this morning. I could not wait to get here for this game. Imagine what it's like out there on the field for those players, though. OTAs, training camp, preseason has all led to this moment when they officially kick this one off to get the season underway.
Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Tampa. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. Leading them out, a player who led the league in passing and interceptions in his final season in Tampa. But, of course, he knows this franchise he's facing well. He was the first overall pick by the Bucs in 2015. Jameis Winston. Here's Gibson to start. And right away, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
As you and I both know, one reason teams script plays to start a game is so they can practice them ahead of time. I would guarantee you that fumble was not in the script.
You don't think they had fumble written next to play one there?
No, that was never in the script because they want to have good memories when they go into a ball game, not something that could have gone wrong.
So the Bucs now in great shape to begin their initial possession. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
And so often when you've stolen a possession, as they just did there,
on the first play,
picking up the fumble, the natural inclination is to attack, go after them big. Sometimes what you just want to do is put the ball in the hands of one of your best players in one of their favorite plays and establish your dominance that way.
Following the fumble recovery, Fields. Albert Okuwebunam, the intended target. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
Now 1 for 1, a lot more to go. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. First carry for Raheem Mostert. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll try and run here with Mostert. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. 1 the gain. And the Buccaneers are going to have a 1st and goal. A stop there on 3rd. They could have held them to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on 1st and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there. And I go right at them with another momentum play. I go quickly and attack them because right now they probably have their heads down a little bit since they didn't stop them on 3rd down.
1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Here's Fields on the sneak, and he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Justin Fields scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Bucs are on the board here first in the season opener.
Instead of having to play follow the leader there, the leader led.
I like that. And he likes that, doesn't he? 1st and goal, let me do the job.
Because you know when he falls into the end zone after falling behind those big guys who pushed up front, that's a pretty good celebration, isn't it?
Gives him a little street cred in the locker room, too, doesn't it?
Street cred, and then when they go out to dinner afterwards, he's still picking up the check.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and it's now a 7-0 game. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it was all capped off by the Justin Fields touchdown run. He took it in himself. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. Here comes Antonio Gibson as he's set for another drive. He's got to clear his mind a little bit right now. 1 carry, and that carry was a lost fumble.
Clear his mind, clear his hands, and just let this one go. Sometimes it happens. You drop the ball, got a full game ahead of him, hand it to him again, see if they can start to produce.
They'll start on the ground with Gibson, and he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Winston now. That's out to the flat for Gibson. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And now it's 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. To throw, Winston. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they're going to have to give up the football again after this one.
4th down, and on is Ty Long to punt. It's taken to the 26. A 40-yard punt, no return, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their 2nd drive. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season, and they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Mostert. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
2nd down, here's Mostert again. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is what every back in the league is supposed to do, exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Running the counter with Mostert. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
On 2nd and 7, Fields escaping the pressure right. And going deep for Hill. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
And that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just 1 first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Jaguar football as they take over deep in their own territory. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he loses the football a 2nd time.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Jags with the football to begin the 2nd quarter as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Jameis to throw it. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A run with Mostert up the middle. And it's a fumble. And the Jags grab it. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line.
Do you remember in preseason when we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills, and, you know, guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. Big fumble. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Winston now after the fumble recovery. Pass hauled in by the 6'4" tight end Sternberger. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Into the hands of Pettis. It's a jet sweep. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
Well, we've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league, no question about it. That wasn't the biggest of gains. That's enough.
And oh my goodness, he loses it again. They're calling Locker skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you...
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Buccaneers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw something away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away? It could cost them a ball game.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. On 1st and 10, here's Fields. He's airing it out for Williams. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. In today's NFL, you know, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield.
And that's how you start a drive, because you know they had this play in their back pocket, waiting for the right time to unleash it. And boy, did they pick the right opportunity. Unleashed it big time, and that was also a big-time throw.
And the final number of the next-gen stats, that ball traveling a full 59 yards through the air. Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Fields. Throwing left side, it's complete. And snapped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 18 yards that time to push him up 1st and goal.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
So 3 plays already first and goal, and they are wasting little time. Here's Mostert, and he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Raheem Mostert, his first rushing touchdown of the year. And the Buccaneers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Well, that was a quick drive. The passing game set it up, and then the running game finishes it off.
And how about how few plays it was to get it done, but they threw it downfield and then pounded it into the end zone. And as a former defender, I can tell you, it hurts just a little bit more when they run it into the end zone instead of throwing it.
Butker now to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. A 4-play drive spanning 80 yards. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Raheem Mostert. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. The Jags going to go on offense now late in this first half. But not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it, down by 2 scores. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. On the draw, it's Gibson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Winston. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
On 2nd and 10, Winston. That caught by Trimble. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd and 1, here's Winston. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
One more drive here for the Buccaneer offense in this first half. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. 19 seconds showing to play in the half as they come up here 1st and 10. Now it's Fields. It's caught on the right side, Williams. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. That one goes for 24 yards.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. On play action, Fields. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw is Fields. And that's going to be caught downfield by Chark. And with 1 second left, they get the timeout. And they'll have a chance to kick the field goal before intermission. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, this a 31-yard attempt. Butker's kick here is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll get started out at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. And it's the Bears who have the lead. 2 touchdown passes there for Deshaun Watson. From there, we head to Hard Rock Stadium to check on the Dolphins at home in Miami. And in that one, it's the visiting Giants who have the lead. Aaron Jones with 2 touchdown runs. Lastly, let's get up to Buffalo to check on the Bills. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. DK Metcalf, a touchdown catch in that first half. We continue on with the check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Jags. And they will need to get this passing game in gear because they did not do much of anything in that first half. And it's why the scoreline is what it is. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half. It's a new season, so both of these coaching staffs likely making plenty of adjustments after their first half of football. So for the call of the second half here in week 1, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start the third quarter.
Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Holding offense.
That's on the tackle, Penei Sewell.
Still first down.
Up the middle they go with Mostert.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, second down.
He's already fumbled once in this game, and I thought the ball started to jostle there a little bit, but they got to him quickly at the line of scrimmage.
They sure did, and remember, if you're not a very confident runner and you've already dropped it once, if there's traffic around you, the only thing you think about is protecting the football, not gaining yards.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
That one good for 26 and a first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense, rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Fields. That pass caught. It's Williams. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 33. 23 yards the pickup there.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 down at the 33. Here's Fields. And he takes a shot on the release, as this will be incomplete.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there, because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the 1st time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
Room here to run. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 53 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend, sure that he's right.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he's a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
On 2nd and 9, Fields. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down. From the gun, a run with Mostert. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the 1st. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now.
But that call makes sense, because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Now Harrison Butker for the field goal try. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the 1st half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here's Winston. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
On 3rd down, Winston. He gets this to Davante Adams. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. They go right back to him for 20 and a first.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Tampa. It's Jaguar football, but a little work to do for them. They trail here as we start the 4th. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Winston. Over the middle, complete into the hands of Trimble. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling him almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he will have a Jaguars first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. From the 17, here's 2nd and 4. Gibson here running out of the gun. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And it's caught. A touchdown-saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, It used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Antonio Gibson taking it in from a yard out. And the Jaguars are finally on the board here in the fourth quarter. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that cuts this lead down to 13. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. In the fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
They hand it off to Mostert. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. On 3rd down, here comes Mostert. And they will get this across midfield, but still well short of the first as he's dropped at the 46. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
Out of his end zone, Winston gets this to Gibson. He's up to the 20, and he'll go out of bounds just shy of the 20. 19 yards there on the catch and run. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. From the 22, Winston. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for Buccaneer TD. I suppose it wasn't out of the realm of possibility that we could have seen a comeback, but that touchdown should put any hopes of a comeback out of reach. It's been a really quality effort for him here in this one.
And no matter what else you think, you have to admire the initiative to finish things off their way. Don't leave anything to chance, no matter how small the odds of a comeback were. Send it home with a touchdown and get to celebrating.
Butker on for the PAT. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this fourth quarter. Back to it after the pick six. Winston. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Here's Winston. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Winston now to throw on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Off the play fake. Winston. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. On play action. Winston. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Desperation time. Winston on fourth down. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he is going to have a Jags first down on what will be a big play there on 4th and long. A CD always a little extra excitement for week one, and one of our early window games here in week one on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's got to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between week 1 and week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for Tampa Bay, that'll be a happy locker room as they start the season 1-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars,